Hey guys, what is up? Brendan here, aka Brenbo, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 things I hate about my Nissan GTR. Before I start this video, I want to tell you guys that I don't hate this car. This video is for entertainment purposes. Everyone that makes these videos, I always get comments saying, why did you buy this car if you hate it? And obviously none of these people hate their cars. They're just making a video complaining about some of the things they may not like about the car, because no car is really perfect. It was really hard for me to think of 5 things that I hate about this car, considering that I've wanted this car for so long and I think everything about it is perfect. But it took me about an hour. I thought of 5 things, so here we go. So number 1 is the insulation in the car. When I first bought this car, I thought it was decently loud. It had, you know, the catless downpipes, catless midpipe, cat back, all titanium. Really nice exhaust, but it didn't sound very loud. I was disappointed because this exhaust is so much money and I didn't want to change it out. But it turns out that the car is actually very loud, and I witnessed that when I had someone else drive the car. I heard it from behind. And this car, I would say, is as loud as my Cobra. It is insanely loud, but the insulation in the car makes it sound not very loud at all. So when you're in the car going full throttle, it does sound loud, but it's not ear piercing or anything crazy, which can be a good thing, because if you have someone in the car, you don't want to annoy them with your exhaust. But at the same time, if you really want to hear your car, you have to roll down the windows, and I just prefer that it had a little bit less insulation, if that makes sense. I don't know if anyone really complained about this on 5 things I hate about their GTR, but this is something that I found out right away when I got the car. Number 2 has to be the transmission noises. GTRs are known for having very loud transmission noises. When you go into reverse, neutral, drive, whatever gear you go in, it's gonna make a weird clunky noise, and that's just what they do. Everyone knows that. A lot of people are scared to buy these cars used because of the transmission. It is a common issue to fail on this car. As long as you change the fluids out every once in a while, you watch the temperatures, make sure you don't get on the car before the transmission's warmed up, you should be fine. The transmission should last a while until you start really modding the car, pushing a lot of power. People kind of say a rule of thumb is you don't want to go over 600 foot-pounds of torque to the wheels. I'm not sure what this car makes. I assume it's around there if it's full bolt-on. But this is something you have to watch out for on this car. Obviously a very costly part on the car. Eventually I will get the trans built when I put more power into this car, but I really have to save for that. Obviously it's expensive, but that's what you just have to do. Number 3 is this car likes to go its own way or get stuck in grooves. It's very hard to explain if you don't drive this car or if you've never driven one, but the steering on this car is very touchy. If you turn the wheel about a degree or so to the left, the car will cut to the left. The steering is very tight, and with the toe and camber adjustments on this car, it likes to go its own way. So if you go on a road and there's some grooves, the car will follow those grooves. You will for sure have to correct the car. It likes to go its own way. This can be very annoying if you're just trying to cruise and have a good time. It doesn't happen a lot, especially by me. The roads are not terrible. I know it is more common in other states, but in Michigan, I haven't really encountered it that much. There's only a couple of roads that I know of that this happens. It's just something that I'm not used to in my other cars, but I'm not complaining about the steering. I love the feeling of the steering, how tight it is and how responsive it is. Number 4 is the rear seats. The GTR has the same situation that my Audi TT did. If you guys follow my channel back about 2 years ago, I had an Audi TT. The seats in this car are set up almost identical. The rear seats are completely useless. You can fit someone back there, maybe if you have the seat all the way up, and the guy doesn't mind getting just completely smashed by the seat when you drive. But in my opinion, there was no reason to put rear seats in this car. I know it does help for insurance reasons, but yeah, again, it wouldn't make it a GTR without the rear seats and the huge sub in the back with the rear seats. But in my opinion, it just puts more weight on the car. No one uses them, and it kind of makes the car look less sporty, I guess. You know, supercars have 2 seats, not 4. You guys can see the seating situation back here. There is no leg room at all. It is nice they include a cup holder, and the seats do look really comfy, but just they are not usable. And then for number 5, I include this at the end. When you buy this car stock or used with a stock system, this car sounds absurdly quiet. No car should sound this quiet with over 500 horsepower and being a supercar killer like it is. It literally sounds like a vacuum cleaner, and it is completely embarrassing if you rev this car with a stock exhaust. It is something I feel you have to put on a GTR, even though it is very expensive. It's just something you have to do. The GTR sounds so good, has such an iconic sound with an exhaust, you just have to do it. And who does not like huge titanium color shift tips? It just makes the car look completely amazing. And it doesn't matter what the car is, if a car sounds good, people will look and appreciate it. And when people see this car and listen to it and hear it stock, they don't think of it as what it should be. Sound is really important. Most people, you know, that get cars, they're car enthusiasts, one of the first thing they do is they put an exhaust on their car. It's just something everyone does. I know it does have turbos, which makes the exhaust quieter, but you just have to put something on this car that's catless. Either if it's the catless mid pipe, catless down pipes, or just a better catback system. You just have to do something to make this car sound better than it is. And that's where a lot of the gains come from on this car too. If you do down pipes, catless mid pipes, catback, you can gain about 60 wheel or more depending on what system you get, but that just shows how restrictive this exhaust system really is. So that will do it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this 5 things I hate about my Nissan GTR. As always, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when I make videos. I'll be making a lot more videos with this car. I drive it a lot more than my other cars. It's just too fun to resist. And I obviously can come out with some really cool videos for you guys with this car. So as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.